Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Top Performers, and I am so excited for us let's see, this is Larry. I've muted my mic to prevent feedback. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. I actually muted all you guys. And so anytime you want any comments or anything to questions that you have at any time, just go ahead and type them in, and that'll be great. And because I do have all of you muted, just for to ensure that we have some good availability here to hear. And I'm recording this on MP3 as well as recording this video. And so this is an exciting time that I'm going to share with you some thoughts and ideas and understandings that you have not been exposed to. That what I'm going to ask you to do is just have an open mind. If you would have blind faith for just the next 5 weeks, that I promise you that your life will be better than what it is right now. You'll have more business, you'll be more in control, and you'll realize on what a creator you are and that you create everything in your life. And so the statements that I share with you, that just allow them to come in and just say, yeah, this is how it is. It's only going to be 5 weeks, and if it doesn't work, that then you can just let go of all that. But I'm sharing with you that this will work, that at our last Virtual Top Performers, we had a couple of $1 million sales during that time, that and those agents weren't doing $1 million sales prior to starting, that they helped develop better relationships. They just felt better. And so know that everything that I'm sharing with you, that this is a teaching that has helped thousands of people and will help you. And so there's a specific reason why you're here, that there are no coincidences. You actually attracted me into your life. And you are ready for this now, and you are pumped for this, and that just know that as you just allow all of this understanding and with all of us just going together as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another, that you're going to really realize and be enlightened. Today, expect to be enlightened, and just know that this is going to be some information that's really going to touch you. So it's for an hour and a half. We'll take, after about 45 minutes, I'm a mental scientist, so I know how this stuff works, if you will. And so after about 45 minutes, we're going to take a 5-minute break and then get right back to it. But I want to make sure that you are focused and mentally focused on what I'm sharing with you. So just sit back, relax, breathe in. Just breathe in deeply. You know, in the Bible, every time it says spirit, that spirit actually, the equivalent meaning to that is breath. So I'd just like all of us to just breathe in deeply, and just relax and know that all this information is at the perfect timing for you, that you're going to hear my words. They're going to touch your minds, your hearts, your souls, and it's going to be just fantastic, and it's going to lead you down to the path that you have always wanted to be on. And you'll have more clarity than you ever had. And like I say, just be easy on yourself. Just know that this is all going to flow easily for us. And so let me get to, I am, there we go. Oh, end of slideshow. So I have to get back into that. It went to sleep on me. There we go. And so let me get there. And so here we go. And so hang on to your seats. You're going to launch your life into a whole new, unbelievable perspective and discovering the secret to creating a thriving life and business. And so our agenda is, I'm going to share with you the 4 areas that we think in. And, you know, last time, many of you were at the seminar that was about understanding our beliefs and the power of our thoughts, and that what today I'm going to do is get into some real detail about these 4 areas of how you think, and realize what a magnificent creator that you are, but also it'll show you why you haven't been the magnificent creator of what you want. And so we've had a lot of things that we didn't want in our life, and it's because we were thinking about them on the things we didn't want, and thus we attracted it into our life. And so we're going to then all go into a specific, and so this is all about you. And so we're going to look at a desire sheet, and I had sent to you and asked you to make copies of 2 desire sheets on the attachment. And if you don't have it or whatever, that's okay. You can just write it down on a piece of paper. In fact, I would suggest that you make notes as we start getting into the material here. But we're going to do 1 desire sheet, so I want you to be thinking right now on what do I want to do, number 1, professionally. And so what is it that you want professionally? And we'll get into that. Is it I want to sell 3 more homes a month? Do I want to allow $10,000 every month or $100,000 every month? It doesn't matter. I've helped people do all of that and to easily do all of that. We're going to, I'm going to share with you the magic bullet. And so there's a magic bullet in business. This is the magic bullet. You'll see that you don't have to spend a lot of money to, I'm not going to tell you to be doing a bunch of web pages or making a bunch of calls or anything. In fact, what I'm going to do is ask you to just think about and then feel about the things that you actually want. And the magic bullet is about referral partners and how you already have all the business that you want, and it's all been sitting there waiting for you. And so it's like been waiting for you, and now is the time where these doors of opportunity are going to start opening up for you. We're then going to look at the 1 to 31 mental tracking sheet, and this again is an attachment that I had sent you, and if you don't have it right now, that's fine. But on this one, that I want you to be thinking about on how, what are the thoughts from now on that you want to have every day. What I'm going to do is teach you how to start thinking differently, and by differently, about thinking about what you want. So I want you to loosen up kind of the way that you have been thinking. I want you to just be guided, that you have a source that is there waiting for this day for you, to where you just go ahead and you start being guided mentally, and you start being guided emotionally. And so with this power of feeling that you have, that actually creates everything in your life. And then we're going to talk about the mother of all creation, and I'm going to share with you a process in order to create the things that you want. And it's done every morning. That Easter's a great time because he has risen, if you will. Well, you have risen, and every morning, just like the sun rises, so you rise, and you have a choice. You have a choice to either get out of the wrong side of the bed or the right side of the bed. And I'm going to share with you on how you can start getting off on the right side of the bed and start thriving in your life. And you are going to see that as you thrive, that all other people are going to thrive, and you're going to be the witness to other people on how the power of you and your source together co-create this magnificent life that you are now going to create. So let's go back. So that's the agenda, and like we're going to have just an amazing time, that you're going to see that this is going to give you new thoughts and new ideas, new understandings. It's going to take you to the things that you have wanted. And a little review from our seminar that, science has proven in the last 5 years. So much of my teaching is something that now science has caught up with, if you will, and realizes that this is how all creation is. And it starts with, neuroscientists have stated this, quantum physicists agree, molecular biologists, they all agree that your thought initiates all matter into form. Okay? Not anybody else's. In your life, the only thing that initiates your life and your experiences are your thoughts, or the lack of your intentional thoughts, where you get life by default. And that's where we've been tripped up, where we think that, oh, I really don't control everything. I mean, that guy, came and, I got into a car accident. It was their fault. I didn't create it. That, in fact, you created everything in your life, and that not that you were asking for a car accident or whatever that is, if you have some physical ailment or you have a relationship not going good. But what we've been doing is we have been thinking about the things we don't want, like, oh, I'm really upset with that person. This is why I'm upset. And what happens is then that person gets worse because you created them as being worse, and whatever you think about, you get. And then other people start to get worse too. And eventually you think, wow, most people are just bad people. And the fact is that it's just bad thinking. It has nothing to do with those people. All people have the ability to be the alpha to the omega, to be really kind or really ugly. And you've seen both ones of it, and now you're going to start calling forth the type of people you want. You're going to start calling forth ideal referral partners, ideal clients, ideal closings, everything easy. I went to the bank today, and I love going to the bank and depositing large sums of money, and money is good. It's freedom. And I went to the bank, and one of the tellers has this little note by her saying that nothing is easy for the things that you really want. And I shared with her, I said, I teach how life works, and I really would suggest you take that down, because actually anything that's really tough and a struggle is upstream, and none of your desires are there. That just give it up and just start allowing yourself, in order to have all the things that you do want, and make it easy and fun and enjoyable and pleasing. And as you do, that your source will bring you all of your desires, and they're all downstream. So number one is your thought initiates all matter. And then according to the scientists, there's just 3 steps. There are actually 5. And during this process, I'll share with you those 5 steps. But the first step, your thought initiates all matter into form. And then this thought creates energy. And so this energy that they're talking, for you, for your experience, the energy is your emotions. And then that energy then creates, as the scientists state, matter, or thoughts become things. And Albert Einstein, one of the greatest geniuses, why is he a genius? A genius is only this, is to focus on a topic enough so that you line up with your source on the full knowledge of any subject that you want to have, and that you will be given it. And so all of you are geniuses, and that as you start realizing this, and start realizing that you're worthy, and that you were born worthy. And we've been taught, for the most part, that we were all born unworthy, and we got to prove something here or do whatever. We don't have to prove anything. We're an extension of source energy, and we're here to expand everything. And so we expand through our thoughts, and then our thoughts create these emotions, and we expand all that is, and then your source is happy. Now, I use the word source. You can use the word God, but sometimes that word God gets a little back to our childhood and our beliefs of thinking it's some guy up in the sky, a place called heaven, that is sitting there judging you, good or bad, and there is no guy. There just isn't a guy. There's this energy, this love energy, that you can mold with your thoughts. So I'm going to take you into 4 areas that we think in. And what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to get out a piece of paper, and I'd like you to actually draw in on a full page these 4 boxes. And so what you can do, one big square and then a plus in front of it. And then I'd like you to write down the words that I share with you, and the thoughts here that I'm sharing with you about the 4 areas of your thought. The reason why I want you to write it down is, one, and most importantly, is that as you write these down, that it helps your clarity. By writing down, helps your thinking be clearer. And it also helps to internalize these ideas. So this is going to help you internalize the way that you think, and give you a perspective of how that there are different areas, and you can choose what area of thoughts that you want. So at the top of the page, I'd say the 4 areas of thought. And these are the 4 areas of thought. And you'll see there's 3 red zones, which is not good, and what you don't want, and then there is the green zone. So I'm going to share with you on these different areas, and knowing that where we want to live is in the green zone, but we need to know the contrast. We need to understand the available other areas of thought that we have so we can catch ourselves, if you will, and make sure we start thinking about the things that we want. So the first thing that I'd like you to write down is what I do want on the left-hand side there. And then this is when I'm thinking non-deliberately. So 4 areas of thought. The first area is when I'm not deliberate, when I'm not intentional, but I am thinking about what I do want. And where this happens, it's a red zone, so write down red zone there. And then this is where we are reactive to life. It's what is, okay? So for example, if let's say today that, or let's say yesterday that, what is was that you went to a closing and it didn't go very well, or you had a phone call with a prospect and it didn't go very well, or this weekend you showed homes and didn't go very well, whatever. And we start thinking about what is, and we get so immersed in what is that what happens is we become just reactive into life. So life comes to us, and then we respond to life at that time. And so it's kind of like we get life by default. And again, write that down, that we get life by default. We get life that we hadn't asked for. We hadn't pre-paved the way that we want it. And so what happens is that we get life the way that it just kind of comes to us. And so it's just people coming to us, circumstances, events, thoughts coming to us, and we get life by default. And that's why we think we're not deliberate creators, because we were thinking non-deliberately, and we were thinking about what we want. And the net result of this is it decreases our success. And the best example I can give to you is, or a fun example that I could give to you in this zone that decreases our success and living life by default, is when we are, let's say you're going to jump out of an airplane, and so you're up in the airplane, and you jump out of the airplane, and all of a sudden you realize, I forgot my parachute. And so what happens there is, well, you forgot your parachute. Well, it's too late. You already have momentum. You're, in this case, already flying in the air, and that there's too much momentum, and you just can't stop it. And so all of us have been where there was just too much momentum going our way. And, oh, hi, Denise. Denise just joined us. And so just to do a little review on where we are, that'll be helpful to all of us, and especially Denise, that we're talking about the 4 areas that we live in. And the first area is when we're non-deliberate and we're doing, but we're thinking about what we do want. And that's when we're being reactive. And the example of I jump out of the airplane and then I realize I don't have my parachute. That if you go to a closing and you haven't pre-paved that this closing is going to be smooth, it's going to be easy, it's going to be fun, my clients are going to love me, we're just going to have a great time, everything is going to work out just the way I want it, and we're going to all feel good, that if you don't pre-pave it, you're going to go to that closing, and who knows what you'll get. You'll maybe get angry clients, or, a bad title company or whatever, or, mortgage company didn't do some stuff that they want. And so if you don't call forth what you want in your life, that you're going to just kind of get it. So think about on I know Allison had her first closing last week, and congratulations to you, Allison, on that. And that the odds are for all of you that had a closing that did you prepave that closing? Or when you had a meeting with a prospect, did you prepave on how well that meeting is? Most of us don't prepave. We just say, oh, I got to go to this meeting, or I'm going to go to this closing, I'm going to meet this client, but we don't prepave how we want it. We have to call forth how we want it, and this process is going to help change your thinking. So you start thinking about what will be and then calling it the way that you want it. And isn't that just like sweet, calling it the way you want it? You know, this is how I want it, and that's how I get it. I expect to get it that way, and that will happen to you, but not when you're living in that red zone. So many of us can relate to living in that red zone, and it also increases our stress. So like, you know, that's no fun being in this red zone. It decreases our success, increases our stress, and it's just not the thing for us. So let's go to another red zone, and that is where I'm non-deliberate, and I'm thinking about what I don't want. And so basically, think how many of you have thought about, like, you leave and to go someplace and you think, oh, I hope there isn't bad traffic. Well, you're thinking about bad traffic, and so that gives you what you're thinking about. It gives you more of whatever you're thinking about, and it'll be bad traffic. Because every day I prepave that my travels are safe, they're smooth, they're easy, they flow easily. I don't even bring up the word traffic, okay, because that kind of has a bad connotation. And I just start saying that's how I want it. And what happens is that I allow myself to be guided by my source, who knows where I'm at, what I want. So kind of think of that as A going to B, and then knows the path on how to get there. So my days are now adjusted. This doesn't happen like when I ask for it, that initially, like when you ask for, let's say, no traffic, or you ask for parking spots, or you ask for easy closings, that you have to get that momentum going. So this is going to take a few days, and then I promise you within 3 days that your life is going to start changing for the better. You're going to start feeling better as long as you do what I ask you to do. And it's just going to be some simple things that I'm going to ask you. Basically, I'm going to ask you for about 15 minutes of your time every morning. And if you just do that, and if you have blind faith, what I'm sharing with you, that this is just going to all come to you so easily and so remarkable. But my days now are such that I'm never in rush hour. Okay, Dad, I never have traffic. Like my wife Sharon will say, man, how do you do this? That, you know, the traffic is just, you're going, you know, the speed limit and all the traffic is good, but on the other side it's bad. And then when we're coming back home, just the opposite is the case. And I'm sharing with you that whatever you ask for, you can change any circumstances in your life, but you have to allow this. You have to believe, just blind faith, believe that what I'm sharing with you is that's what a magnificent creator you are, that you can call forth what you are. And I'm an example of that, and thousands of other people are examples of that, to include, you know, people that you know and you heard from, most of you, you know, had heard, like Michelle, and, you know, what happened with her life and how it improved her life so much, and with Christy, and I can go on and on how it helps people. And again, it's not about me. It's about you just understanding this and then doing what I ask you to do just for 5 weeks. And you'll see that, wow, things are really getting to be fun here. And so back to this, what I don't want, and being non-deliberate in it. And part of that is busy work. You know, did you ever have, like, you know, today you really need to call a prospect that you know, hasn't been very friendly or whatever, and so instead of calling that prospect, that you do a little, you know, Facebook, and you type up a letter, and, you know, you do a bunch of busy work, and it's kind of like someone was saying, yeah, Saturday morning I woke up and I was going to go clean out my closet, and well, you know, I got up in the morning and I had some coffee, I read the paper, I started watching TV. Pretty soon it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't done what I wanted to do. And so I've just done busy work, and really, we're just wasting away our life. And I'm going to share with you on how to get out of all of this, and like this red zone of busy work. And it's kind of like, so what? You know, I'm not intentional. For you to start becoming intentional, and for you to start identifying what is it that I do want, and then just allowing yourself to be led with the thoughts, the people, the circumstances that will come to you, and it'll be amazing. Like, you're going to just say, this is remarkable. You know, like right now, it's remarkable. Why are you sitting in this class right now? It's remarkable on how we met, why we met, and that you're sitting in there, that there are no coincidences, and this is meant for you, for your ears, for your mind, for your heart, for your soul, to hear this, to just resonate with this, and to move on to moving into the green zone. So the net result of the living in this zone, it decreases my success, and it increases my stress. Now, at this point, this has been pretty depressing, right? I'm supposed to be a big international speaker and motivational guy and everything, and like, this hasn't turned out very well so far. It's been pretty darn depressing, and guess what? It gets worse. And so here's how it gets worse. It's where in the bottom right is where I'm thinking about what I don't want, and I'm deliberately doing it. And this is another red zone. And this is where I have committee members. And so I want you to just picture in your mind now, in your mind is this beautiful, beautiful, just paint this picture in your mind of this beautiful mahogany table. And there's these beautiful executive chairs that are around this mahogany table. And there are players in your life that have influenced your life, that have kept you from your dreams, that have kept you from the things that you have wanted. And so just think about like these different characters and how they have played in your mind and played with you and led you into a place that you have not wanted to be. Some call that hell. And literally, these are the characters. The first character, and again, I'd like you to write down all of this, that the first character is fear. And this is also, by the way, thinking about what was and a lot about the past. It doesn't matter what the past is. Like Allison is new, okay? That if Allison continues, I met someone a couple weeks ago who said, oh, I'm a new agent. I said, really? How long have you been new? For a year and a half. A year and a half? When are you not going to be new? Okay? That the past, we have a tendency to hang on to that, on who you were, and I'm sharing with you, just let that go. It doesn't matter how you were brought up. It doesn't matter what, things on experiences, bad experiences that you went through. None of that matters. In fact, you're going to understand that all of that contrast that happened to you in the past, that contrast actually sprung you into today where you're listening to this, and that you're starting to get this and starting to realize, wow, yeah, I've been in these places. And let's go back to that committee now, that committee with what I don't want and fear. Fear is, and I want you to write this down, fear is false evidence appearing real. The insurance industry, that they sell life insurance, which really should be death insurance, but they call it life insurance. And so that life insurance, that they want people to continue to pay their premiums and live a long time so they don't have to pay up and they can get more money. And so they decided, hey, let's look at why people are dying and to try to reduce that and increase longevity, because we want to get these premiums. And so they spent millions of dollars on this survey, and they found out that the number one cause for us Americans that causes our death, if you will, our transition, what I call birth into eternity, that what causes that is heart disease. So they looked at heart disease, and they wanted to find out, where does heart disease come from? And they found out that heart disease comes from stress. So they decided, well, let's look at stress now and research stress and find out where the stress comes from. And they found out that the stress comes from our fears. It's our thought. Remember, I shared with you earlier, your thoughts create everything, to include your own demise if you allow it to. And so all they do is literally, and if you'll notice, every one of these red zones, it increases your stress. It literally is killing you. I'm going to help you to increase your longevity. Your cells are going to be happy cells. Your cells are going to be 300 trillion happy cells from now on. You're going to be thinking about good feeling thoughts. You're going to start realizing you're in control. Then they looked at this fear, false evidence appearing real, and they found out that 93% of the things that we fear never even happened to us. So we're using, and then the other 7% actually has birthed the things that did happen that we didn't want, birthed new desires of what we did want, and expanded all that is, and so our source is happy with that. So like, it's all a great party, and it's all cool, and it's all awesome, but we have used fear in order to not move forward towards our dreams. Most of us, by the time we're 35, 37 years old, have stopped dreaming. We just feel that this is how our life is, and kind of it's, get married, have kids, die, whatever, and then we've stopped dreaming. And the fact is that you never have to stop dreaming. I have right now one real estate agent who he's a top 250 agent in, did you leave us? No sound. No, Larry, can you hear me? Larry, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay, it says is it just me? Okay, let's see here. Has attempted to reconnect. Same here. Okay, so reply to all. Okay, can you guys hear me now? I heard it said that the connection wasn't very good there for a second. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to show the panel here. Let's see. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. Type to me and let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? No sound at all. Yeah, darn. Okay. Well, let me see here. I don't know. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. Okay, we're back on. Okay, yes, yes. Yay! All right. So I asked, let there be, so you guys should be able to hear me now, I think. So I asked, let there be sound, and there is. So thanks for letting me know right away, because I stopped, the presentation for us, and so it's all cool. So getting back to this fear, so 93% of the things that we fear never happen to us. The other 7% of the things we fear actually is for our good, because it birthed new desires that our source then is so happy and elated because we have new desires of what we do want. And so it's like this fear has prevented us from having our dreams come true. And most of us by 35, 37 years old don't have dreams. And the fact is, the more that you have dreams and the more that you have desires, more of life flows through you. You literally are going to live longer. You're going to live happier as you have these desires flowing through you. And so fear is like, it's not, fear, the only thing of fear, real of fear is fear itself. It's just your thinking. And we're going to stop having fear. There's nothing to fear. You are surrounded. You are backed by all that there is. Okay, all there is backs you and loves you and supports you and wants to guide you, and there is nothing to fear. There is no death. You're eternal, so you have nothing. And out of all the stuff we're going to be talking about, we're not even talking about you on your deathbed, okay? But I'm sharing with you that I've helped people get off of their deathbed, off of their having cancer, and on to having thriving lives, and that's what we're all about. So back to this committee. So we have this committee and executive chairs, and so fear is one of them. And I'd write these guys down: that fear, false evidence appearing real, worry, doubt, complaining. Whatever you're complaining about, it's about something you don't want. And if you're thinking about something that you don't want, then you're going to get more of it. It's as easy as this. And I would actually write down this statement to get clear on how powerful you are: is whatever you focus your attention on. So whatever you focus your attention on, I get more of it. Whatever I focus my attention on, I get more of it. I'm not going to focus my attention any longer on the things that I don't want, on the things that don't please me, on the things that I'm not going to get angry. That anger, I'm just going to get more anger. Okay, that I'm going to lighten up. I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to start seeing through eyes source. I'm going to start smelling through eyes source. I'm going to start tasting through eyes source. Start hearing through eyes source. Start touching through source. Start feeling through source, and start thinking through source. What has happened is that you have thought, you have been trained, you have been given the belief that you got to go do stuff in order to get what you want. And you don't have to do anything. If you continue to do stuff, you get a lot of do-do. And who the heck wants do-do in our life, right? And so we're not going to be doing that. Now, you will do inspired action, and inspired action will be where you're led. That we keep on thinking we're supposed to figure out the path, and we're not supposed to figure out the path. We're supposed to figure out the destination, and then allow our source to take us on our path to that destination. And this process is going to help you to allow that in, to be able to do that. So think again about this mahogany table, big, beautiful mahogany executive table with all these beautiful executive chairs, and then about fear and worry and doubt all in your mind, okay? Fear and doubt and worry and complaining and blaming. When you're pointing a finger at someone, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. Blaming, complaining, shame and guilt. That those aren't, all they do is get you more of that. There is nothing to be shameful for. You're a leading edge creator, and now you're going to become a deliberate creator, more deliberate than you've ever been. And I know some of you that, Paula and Denise, for example, they're just wildly successful, and they're just awesome, and they rock, and that's great. That this will take you to the whole next level. For all of us, that it's going to take all of us to a whole next level. Larry and Margine were sharing that, wow, everything's just great. They just got back from California. The things are going to get greater. And so just be thinking and knowing that your life is going to get better than what it has been. But it's to first understand on these areas of thought that have been preventing me from having all the good that is just begging to come to me. You know what awaits you right now? Is that all that is sitting there awaiting your well-being. All of your desires are sitting there waiting for you. And then I'm going to share with you on how to properly think and then how to properly feel, to feel good, so that you can just allow all this good. Because everything you ask for is already here. You just haven't allowed it in because we make up rules. I was with a person the other day that had more rules about, well, I don't want to get married because marriage means this. And he had all this criteria on marriage. I went, wow, I wouldn't want to be married either. And then he had these rules about he couldn't sell. He's sells finance. He's a financial planner, in essence, sells insurance. And so he was telling me that, well, he's got to sell $100,000 in a month, which he just, by the way, last month made more money than he's ever made in a year. And, but now his goal is to, sell 100,000. And he says he can't recruit any people until he sells 100,000 so he can prove to those people that he's really good. And I said, why would you make up those rules? why don't you just recruit a bunch of people and go ahead and make 100,000? Why don't you do it all at the same time? And I'm sharing with you that you all have some rules that you've made up, and this is how it's supposed to be, and those rules are preventing you from being all that you want and being your greatest possibility. So think about any rules that you might have about, well, you got to be this before you're that, or I got to prove this before I'm that, or I got to be worthy, or whatever rules that you have. There are no rules. You're limitless. Okay? There are no boundaries for you, and that everything is waiting for you. And so all you need to do is start allowing that in. And we'll talk about how to do that. But to realize that, yeah, in the committee, so there is this committee in your mind. Again, I'm going to review it again. Fear, worry, doubt, complaining, blame, shame, guilt. And the list is endless. Can be endless to all eternity, endless, because we can create whatever we want. That wherever we are in our thought, that cooperative components are gathering around us. Our sources bring cooperative components. So you can prove to be anything you want to. Okay, but whatever you focus your attention on, you're going to get more of. I guarantee you, it is the law. It's called the law of attraction, and it's one of the 3 laws that of life to know that, my gosh, I got to really be careful now about what I'm going to be selective in how I think. That, we're so darn selective in the clothes we wear and how our hair is, how our makeup's put on, and all this stuff. How selective are we in our thinking? Like when you're looking in the mirror in the morning, what are you thinking about? Are you even thinking about what you're thinking about? That most of us are random, and we're in that top left-hand corner, or we're in that bottom right-hand corner where we have the committee members. So today, I'd like each of you to think now about how you're going to put the committee to rest. No longer are you going to give your power, your magnificent power, away to the committee. You will see that you have a light, and with your thoughts and with your feelings, that you can turn on. And you turn on that light to those committee members, and it's kind of like a shadow. Those committee members in your head are only a shadow. And that you're going to shine your light on that shadow, and they're going to dissipate. As after it rains, when the sun comes out, that evaporates the water, so evaporates your committee. So lay to rest. You don't have to get mad at them. You don't have to get angry with them. Just dismiss them. Don't pay attention to them, and start paying attention to the things that you do want. The net result of this, living in the red zone, being deliberate and thinking about what you don't want, is that you get, and my screen froze again, is that what you get is, I'm going to have to get out of this, is you get decrease your success and decrease your success and increase your stress. And so, there we go. Okay, there we go. We got it. So it decreases my success and increases my stress. So look at those 3 zones and think to yourself, those 3 red zones, and think to yourself, where do I think in there? Because in essence, that's where you live. Whatever you think about today is what you're going to get tomorrow. And so think about on where are you in that? And does anybody have anything to share with me on where do you think you live most of the time? Do you live in that top left where you're just being reactive and that just reacting to what's going on at the time and not pre-paving? Or are you just thinking about busy work and so what and not doing, the things that you're inspired to do? Or is it those committee members? And so I would share with you that probably most of us have been in this lower right-hand corner with the committee members because our thoughts, they're going all the time. You're not turning off your thoughts other than when you do go to sleep and you change that momentum. You release that. If there was negative momentum, you just release that momentum of the day. But you're thinking all the time. And what are you thinking about? Because it's creating your life. And so let's go now to where this whole process is going to take us. And it's going to take us to the green zone. It's going to talk about what I do want. We're going to talk about what are the things that I want, that I desire. And then we're going to be very deliberate. And I'm going to give you some real specific tools and techniques in order to really start changing your thinking. That most of us spend most of our time in thought in those red zones. And you'll see that you have the power to take away from all of those things and to put into the green zone. And the green zone is where you are a deliberate creator. The green zone is where you are thinking about good feeling thoughts. And people ask me, well, what's a good feeling thought? Well, it can be your memories of maybe your first child being born, or some good memories. And so you can do that, and that's fine to think about the past in a good way. That's great. But the easiest way to have good feeling thoughts is to think about what you want. Start dreaming. Most of our dream machines are pretty broke. And what I want you to do is start dreaming again. I'm going to show you a way on how you can start dreaming about what are my desires? What are the things that I want? And as you do, as you get clarity that you're going to align with your inner being and your full intention, and you are going to be remarkably happy. You are going to be so excited about life, more excited than you currently are, because you're going to be so aligned with your source. And you are the inviter of what you want when you live in the green zone. And so think about, things on where you have been that you don't want to be anymore. And the things that you're complaining about. Maybe it's an ex. I had someone talking about their ex-husband and all upset about it. And I said, why don't you start thinking about that ex as, the father of your children, as this person can be loving and, has the ability to be loving and caring and supportive. And why don't you start thinking about that ex that way? And actually, this was a lady I was playing with, if you will, that coaching with, and so the lady started looking at, actually, it's her now husband's ex-wife, and she changed. And she said, yeah, just amazingly that this lady changed. She's much nicer now. And her husband's ex is, much nicer and real supportive. And that's because she changed the way she was thinking about him. And I want you to be thinking about some of the things that displease you, make you upset, are troubling to you, and to stop thinking about them and start thinking about what did this birth. So a technique that maybe you want to write down is, whenever you get contrast on things you don't want, instead of hanging your hat on it and talking about it and Facebooking on it and putting it on Twitter and talking to your buddies about, your friends about it, etc., that instead of doing that, just simply look at that and say, this is what I do not want. And I now ask, what has this birthed to what I do want? And you will start being given answers. So again, ask, when something happens that you don't like, simply look at it and say, don't get emotionally involved with it, okay? Just look at it and say, that's what I don't want. What do I want? So I want harmonious and wonderful clients. I want I want a thriving business. I want a thriving life. I want to have good health. I want to have wonderful friends and relationships. I want to be happy every day. I want to feel good. That as you start birthing those new ideas, they're going to start coming to you. And all you need, again, is this 15 minutes per day in order to do that. And so it's about, I want you to start thinking about what will be. Don't be thinking about what is. Well, right now I don't have any business, or right now I only have this much business, and you're thinking about the lack and the limitation. You're thinking about what's missing. And I don't want you to think any longer about what's missing. Instead, I want you to think about what will be. Wow, I just love that from this moment on that my business is thriving. I love, and I would suggest you write this down, out of the blue, that expect in the next week to get out of the blue some amazing, amazing things happen to you. Like I would ask for an out-of-the-blue client to come to you. Just for your information, that at our last Virtual Top Performers and with Michelle, that she took those words to heart and she just allowed, she said, you know what I want? I want out of the blue a client to come. And we did that on Wednesday. On Thursday, she got a call out of the blue, got a client, signed a contract on Saturday for a $360,000 house. And then that client said, oh, I want to buy my parents a $360,000 house in the same neighborhood, and got out of the blue about a $700,000 within just a few days. And so if you believe that, and if you believe that you are the creator and I've convinced you and you've convinced yourself that what you think about is what you get, I want you to just start thinking about how I love the fact that out of the blue, I'm going to get this ideal client coming to me. I just love that. I love that thought. I love knowing that the universe, do you think God can do that for you? You think God can bring you $1 million business? You just start asking for it and allow it in, and you can have whatever you want. Again, there are no boundaries. There are no rules. You're limitless. And so it's what will be. So I want you to be thinking all the time about what will be. Wow, I just love my thriving clients, a business. I love my ideal clients. I love having ideal referral partners. And what will happen is you will start seeing that your life will become more successful. And again, many of you here are very successful, that you're going to be more successful beyond your current imagination. That's what God's going to deliver to you. Your source is going to deliver to you something beyond your current imagination. And not only are you going to have more success, but it's going to decrease your stress. So with that, let's just take a 2-minute break. And I just want you to kind of get away from this, just be thinking about what I've shared with you, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back in 2 minutes, which is, I think it'll be like 25 after then. So just a couple of minutes and just refresh here and renew yourself and get back and know that we're going to come into the mother of all things for you to create all the things that you want, along with the magic bullet. So take 2 minutes. All right, so I think that's been 2 minutes. And so we're going to move along here. We have about a half hour left, and I'm going to share with you some, how do you live in the green zone? So the question would be, that, okay, that sounds good. I'll buy into that. I want to start living into the green zone. And I'm going to help you with some real specific techniques in order to live in the green zone. So the first one is my business desire sheet. So I'd like you to take out you have 2 sheets of hopefully the desire sheet, and one is going to be a professional goal that you're going to focus on and during this process, and then also a personal goal, and so the second sheet will be personal. So if you don't have the desire sheets in front of you, know that I had emailed those to you and you can write those down. Also, this is kind of your first swing at it, if you will, as far as to get clear that most people do not really know what they want. They think they know what they want until they really start asking and start aligning with their source, that they realize their fuller intent and this broader perspective that is within you. You are eternal, and that you are just amazingly, and your body is just a very small speck of who you actually are. And so you're this amazing Larry says, what happened to our 2-minute break? Actually, it's been 4 minutes now, Larry. But that's okay. You haven't missed anything. Because I think I said 2 minutes that we were there. But so here's where we are, is that we're on our business desire sheet. So I'd like you to take out a desire sheet. And so one of the ways to live in the green zone is to identify your professional goal. Oh, I forgot an L there. And what do you want to be, do, and have professionally? And so here's a couple of things that you may want to say, I want to close 3 homes per month. And some of you, I know, I think some of you, like probably Paul and Denise and maybe Larry, whatever, are doing that already. That it might be income, it might be to sell higher luxury homes or whatever the case be. But just be thinking about that. Maybe you want to allow $10,000 or more into your checking account every month. And so I'd like you to write down where it says what I want, that there you on that desire sheet, that on that I want you to list on what do you want? What do you want to achieve from now on? So, this is April. So let's say that, in May, what do I want to do in May? That because you're going to start seeing results as quickly as you allow results to come in based on what I'm sharing with you. So I'd like you to write down on, what is that in May? What do I want to do? Do I want to sell 3 homes? Do I want to allow $10,000 per month? Do I want to serve 3 families? That's another way of, putting it. Do I want to build a team that, whatever that is, that I want you to start thinking, actually write down right now on one of the desire sheets on what I want. Okay? Now, our mind, living in the green zone, is to think about only 2 things. What I want, which we just did in the business, and then why I want it. So on that desire sheet, I want you to start writing down some reasons why you want this goal. So you may, the why might be you don't want to get into the how. Okay, you just want what I want and why I want it. And what'll happen is you start thinking about that every day in the Joy Shop that I'm going to share with you, that every day you start thinking about, wow, I just love allowing over $10,000 per month into my experience, into my checking account. And then why do I want it? And so start writing down like, well, this way I can prove to myself and what a magnificent, deliberate creator I now am. That I love money. I love having more money. And money means to me more freedom, more variety, more choices. Why else do I want that? I love helping people. I love real estate, and I love to help people. And I love the closing, and I love getting the check at closing. I just love being who I am and the magnificent creator that I am. So those are the why on why you would want that. And again, you write down whatever other whys or those whys on why you want it. Because what you want to do is you have to think of a thought, at least 4 thoughts, and for at least a minute. And what will happen when you start thinking about what do I want, you get a thought on what you want, and then why do I want it, you'll start be given ideas on why you want it. Okay, and it's incredible. We're just so used to it. It's just like, this is how it is, and I got this great mind, whatever, that I'm sharing with you. Source is giving you these ideas. And as you're thinking about what you want, you're starting to feel good, right? You do love that check. Wow, I love that check coming in. That it's so fun going and closing. I love the smiles on the people's faces when I do close those homes. As you do that for 1 minute, you create enough energy in order to start having that come to you. And so it is like, for 1 minute, if you can invest 1 minute just thinking about that subject, about what you want and why you want it, that what happens is the heavens part and you'll start getting a train coming to you. After 15 minutes of thinking good feeling thoughts of what you want, that you'll have a bullet train coming to you. And you can manifest, I've had people manifest within minutes things that they want. But you just be easy on yourself. Don't worry about minutes or whatever. Just know that you're a magnificent creator. You're deliberate, and you now start writing down and you start creating this energy. This is what I want. I want to be the top real estate agent. I want to have a thriving business. Okay, whatever thoughts you want to write down where you're still feeling good. If you get too specific and you say, I'm going to sell these $3 million homes next month, and then you're thinking to yourself, there's no way in hell I'm going to do that. That your feelings, just measure your feelings. How do you feel in there? Like, I don't feel good and strong. So you want to be more general than more specific. So be general. It might be your goal is just, I want a thriving business. Why do I want that? Well, I love money. You do love money. It brings you more freedom, more variety, more choices that, maybe you want to move, go on a vacation, move into a bigger house or whatever. But be thinking about those wonderful things on why you want it. 1 minute, you start the energy getting it. That's why when you just say, well, I want this, and you say it in a lousy, rotten attitude or whatever, then you're not getting that at all. First of all, wasn't a minute. Secondly, you're not feeling good. You have to be looking at your feelings, because your feelings are what you're vibrating to your source, and it's creating this energy of whatever you want. You call it like you want it, then there is nobody else, and don't give anybody else the power, your power, because you're it, and you decide these are the things that I want. And maybe it's that, hey, I want to attract 3 listings. Okay? So right there, if you aren't fired up right now, you got to be fired up. Don't go anymore to this webinar, because you got to be fired up. I mean, I'm so fired up for you right now about your goal and about your professional goal and how you're going to have a thriving business. And it's that energy. You want to just get that energy going. So now I want you to take the second piece of paper, and it's your personal desire. And I want you to write down on there, what do you want personally? So you have the whole world. You can look at a whole bunch of different things, okay? You can look at your family and your home. What do I want with my family? I want to have deep, meaningful relationships. I want to have a fun time, okay? That maybe it's your health. That what do you want with your health? I want to be healthier. I want to feel great. I want to get younger every day. Stop saying you're getting older. You'll just become older faster. That just talk about on how you're getting younger. You're feeling better. You're looking better. Okay, and isn't that great? Every morning I say to myself, I'm getting younger and younger, and I'm looking better and better, and I just love that, and I giggle and I laugh, and I have my dog on me, and I'm petting my dog, and I'm outside, and a bird lands. This is literally this morning in the Joy Show, and a bird lands right on the porch rail, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so one with nature. I'm just loving this. I love that I'm looking younger. I love that I have a thriving business. I just love my life, and as you start doing that, there's nothing but cooperative components that are coming to support that and to give you more of it. And maybe it's socially. Maybe you want to help some organization. Don't help any organization that's fighting against something, because if it fights against, it'll build it more. So breast cancer, I'm telling you, there's going to be more breast cancer because they keep on saying breast cancer. They can't do it. You got to be for health. Okay, and for health, and for a long and happy and prosperous life. And maybe that's your personal goal. I want to have a long and healthy and prosperous life. And then it might be mentally. And if anything mentally, then I'm going to ask you to listen to a CD at least 6 times this week. And I want you to listen to that, and I want you to do this Joy Shop every morning for 15 minutes, and it's going to just be amazing. You're just going to love it. You're going to love your life. You're going to love who you are. You're going to realize the worthiness that you are, the brilliant creator that you are, and you can call it the way you want it. You know, like money. How can there be so much money that there weren't any millionaires, and now there's, 150 years ago, now there's millionaires. There weren't any billionaires 20, 30 years ago, and now there's over 400. Where does the money come from? Do we call it from some planet or something? No. Where it comes from is Source. We just ask Source for whatever we want, and Source makes more of it. It doesn't take away from anybody. It doesn't do anything but give you whatever you want. So you want more money? Give more money. And you love money. Money gives people more jobs, more employment, more wages, all kinds of wonderful things. Money is good. You love money, and there's plenty of money, and you have plenty of time. So anyways, on your personal desire sheet, I want you to write down what you want. What do you want? I want to improve my health. Okay? You can't say, I don't want this sickness anymore, okay? You'll just get more of the sickness. You got to talk about your health and stay general. I want to become healthier, okay? I'm helping somebody right now get off of alcohol. Another person stopped smoking. And they both have now for 3 days. After 3 days, your cells say, hey, yeah, I love that. You've stopped this momentum, and now I just want health, and now they're attracting more and more health. So again, look at what you want and then why you want it. Why do I want better health, for example? Wow, I want to feel good. I want to live long. I want to be an example to everyone on how I can overcome any condition that I have. I want to be slim and trim and fit. I want to be pretty. I want to be handsome. Then just start talking to yourself about all the things you want. You conjure up in your mind the picture of your life, your thriving business, your thriving health, your thriving relationship, that there is nothing, there is no other option than to give it to you, because that's all you're thinking about, and that's all that you're feeling. And I can tell that you guys are feeling this right now. You're feeling the power of who you are as you write this down, as you think about, yes, I'm going to visualize the life that I have always wanted, my dreams. I'm going to start up and rev up that dream machine of mine, and I'm going to start dreaming like I've always wanted. And so to be healthier, improve relationships, your thoughts, to improve my thinking. Maybe you ask, I ask to increase my good feeling thoughts. And if you do that, that's all you need in order to have all that you want. Okay, so that is what you want personally and why you want it, as well as professionally. This week, part of your success assignments are to be looking at that, to be reviewing about that, be thinking about that, to be adding to that on what you want. You can do more than I want you to write down lots of different things for it. And so it's going to be amazing. And just know that those things are coming to you. Whatever you wrote down, they're coming to you right now. That's how powerful that you are. You have the control, and you've thought long enough now, at least a minute on each one of those, that it's coming to you, and now just believe it and allow it to easily come in. This is all going to be easy. You're going to love this. This is all going to be fun. You're going to enjoy this journey that you have chosen to be on now. And as you can see, that this journey is way more than you expected, that this is going to take you beyond your imagination to the place that you've always wanted. You came here to be a deliberate creator. You came here to have your dreams come true. You came here to have more freedom. You came here to be happier, and you're going to start discovering all of that as you do this. So we got to switch gears here because of time, and we have 20 more minutes left, and I'm going to give you the magic bullet on how to build your business, and it's all with referral partnerships. So I'm switching gears here, kind of just relax and say, I love that I have these two desires now, and I love that they're coming to me, and now you're going to be given a technique that is time proven that will build your business immediately. And so referrals are the easiest, no cost, and best way to build your business. Yet, we don't receive referrals. And number one reason why we don't receive them, we don't ask for them. And we don't receive referrals because we think we're the only ones benefiting. The fact is, everybody benefits from the secret bullet. Your ideal referral partner. What I want you to do is attract now into your life your ideal referral partner. You want a referral partner that is what or does what? Who is this? Well connected in the community. So I want you to think right now, I'm telling you there are people under your nose. I don't care how many people you have right now as referral partners, that you're going to discover you have an ideal referral partner that's right under your nose. You know this person, you're friends with this person, they like you, you like them. And some of the criteria that I want you to start attracting, I want an ideal referral partner that's well connected in the community. I want, and these can be, so think right now, be thinking about who are some previous clients, family members, maybe a loan officer, who does your hair, who's an insurance agent. Think about the different people that are in your life that you could actually, are well connected, are around a lot of people, and would love to help you build your business. And so in your joy shop each morning for 15 minutes, that I want you to call forth out of the blue that you want this ideal referral partner that gives you your ideal clients. And they give you clients on a regular, just normal basis. So invite them into your experience. You have the power to do this. You can attract anything you want. And so as long as you allow it, if you have resistant thoughts and you say, well, that's not true, that's not going to happen for me, or, you know, they're lucky, or Dr. Hanks got his head in the clouds, you're exactly correct. I do. And your head's going to be in the clouds too. And you're going to see that then you're going to have your feet on the ground and you're going to have all the things that you wanted. It's just going to get better and better and better for you. So out of the blue, expect out of the blue things to happen for you, and specifically out of the blue have an ideal referral partner. And just be thinking about, who do I know? You know, who is somebody that's well connected? And so as you ask, you'll be given the answers. And so as long as you don't have any other contradictory thoughts behind that, just ask. All you have to do is ask once and just be thinking about, you know, out of the blue, I want to just have the perfect thoughts and the perfect people that are ideal clients come into my experience. So when you meet with your referral partner, I want you to do this. So you're going to think about and attract a referral partner this week, and then you're going to ask to meet them. And basically what they'll say, well, what for? And you say, I just wanted your help. So ask for help. When you meet with your ideal referral partner, that number one, I want you to ask for their help. And they'll say, sure. You know, people love to help people. And share your goal. And so your goal might be, you know, I'd like to help 3 families per month or 10 families per month. Doesn't matter. Whatever, you know, you can say that where you really feel good and know that you can do this. With God, all things are possible, and you can do whatever you want to do. And I have one agent right now that wants to sell over 300 homes in the next year. And so, and they're going to do it. And so you can do whatever you want. But again, just be easy on yourself, whatever feels comfortable. And then, but with your ideal referral partner, then share your goal on what you want. And then ask them why they benefit. Why would you benefit by helping me with this goal, by providing referrals of people that are looking to buy or sell their home? And that they may not come up with it, but here's why they benefit. Is that, first of all, you put them in a position to help someone, and it's you. And that's how worthy you are, and you share that with them, and that they'll respect that and honor that. Because within all of us, we really do know that we're worthy. We really do know that we're leading-edge creators, and that you're now becoming a deliberate creator. And so ask why they benefit. And so they benefit because they help you, but they also help the people that they give, because your ideal referral partner is giving them you, and you are magnificent. You're the best. There is no other real estate agent like you. Correct? Correct. And so because of that they're giving you, and so that's going to build their relationship. You don't have to give them money or whatever, and if you want to give them whatever, a $75 gift certificate, go ahead, but that's not the point. People, it's priceless what you're giving them. You're putting them in a position to help their loved ones, their family, their friends, their clients. They might even do more business. And I can give you example after example on how referral partners, on people that were intentional and deliberate, living in the green zone, asking for these referral partners that they were given it. So that's why they benefit. Share who your ideal client is. Who is your ideal client? Hey, they have good credit. They're motivated. Okay, they're ready to buy or sell their home. That they like you. That they have cash to put down. That they're easy. That they do as you suggest. Just start dreaming about who you want. Whatever you dream up, you're going to get in your experience. Because whatever you think about, so you're going to think about, wow, I'm going to start dreaming up ideal referral partners that give me ideal clients. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to do any sales. When they give you a personal introduction, so once you do that, so you share with them your client, and then you ask for a personal introduction. And what is that? That, hey, could you please call that person? I don't want just their name and telephone number for me to call them. What I want is I need a personal introduction. Let them know about me. Previous clients are great on this because they said, hey, I tried him or her, and they are great. They're the best realtor around. So just think about this. And again, don't have any resistant thoughts. Just go do this. And do what I ask you to do without any resistant thoughts and say, this is the path that's going to give me my success, and I'm just going to take blind faith and do this. And so they give you a personal introduction, and that personal introduction, then you call that prospect, and that prospect, you don't have to sell them on anything. I made $1 million with one referral call. And when I took it, it was Rich, the CEO of $1 billion company. And when I called in, I said, I'd like to talk to Rich. And the lady responded, yeah, so does everybody else in the world. And I said, no, I want to talk to Rich, and Rich is expecting my call because Jack, suggested that I talk to him, and he's expecting my call. And so finally, reluctantly, she put me through to Rich, and Rich gets on the phone. Dr. Hank, how are you? Hey, listen, I have this opportunity or that opportunity. Where do you start? You don't have to sell anymore. You don't need Facebook. You don't need it. And I'm not saying don't do any of that, but I'm sharing with you this is a fast track, the easy path, the path of least resistance. And the people that you know, it's about relationships, and to attract these ideal referral partners that then give you on a regular, consistent basis. If you have 10 referral partners altogether, you don't need that right now, but if you have 10 altogether, you'll work about 4 hours a day, and you'll make $100,000 a month. That's how easy this is. And so just what I'd like you to do, one of your success assignments, is to attract an ideal referral partner, meet with them, and do these 4 steps. So the next step is our 1 to 31 tracking sheet. And so that's another copy of what I put on there. And what that is under the personal business, is these are the thoughts. They can be behaviors also, but inspired behaviors. But the first thing I want you to do is put under personal, put down Joy Shop. Okay? And so if you did your Joy Shop in the 1 to 31 tracking sheet, and on it's April 23rd, okay? If you did it today, you go to where it says the 23rd, and in the little box, you check it. And what this will do, and so you can put this on your refrigerator, you can, put this on your desk, put this where you're going to do your Joy Shop for 15 minutes every day. Then put it someplace, and because what it's going to do is it's going to remind you of the thoughts that you want to have. That I would also put down under business, to pre-pave my day. I want you to pre-pave your day on how you want it to be a deliberate creator. The next line under business on the 1 to 31 tracking sheet, I want you to put down to attract ideal referral partners. Okay? And then other inspired thoughts or behaviors that you want to do that you track on a daily basis. So every morning you can, before the Joy Shop, just go through that and just check it off, or every night at the end of the day is a great time to review your day and then, did I think these thoughts? Did I do these things? But it's a great way for you to focus your thoughts on what you do want. And so identify personal and business thoughts that you want to track daily. And at the end of each day, plan your next day and then check off these thoughts and or behaviors that you have. And again, if you have any questions on this, then, just please feel free to contact me and let me know if you have any. And just be easy with yourself. This is all going to be fun, and this doesn't take much time at all. Okay? But if you plan at the end of your day, your next day, and do the 1 to 31 tracking sheet, that's just an easy way to start pre-paving your life and planning your life on the way that you want it to be. So let us go in the remaining couple minutes to the mother of all creation, and it is this. The first thing each morning, I want you to create your life with the Joy Shop and enter into this place, this mental arena where you start creating the life that you want. It only takes 15 minutes every day. And so the first step is I want you to read your Joy Shop. So I sent you an attachment of your Joy Shop. And that what I'd like you to do is first thing in the morning, even before you brush your teeth, whatever, you're a little groggy, I don't want you to go on your computer or your phone or anything, that with a clear mind, just waking up with a mind that doesn't have any resistance, doesn't have any fear, any committee members, and to wake up and to begin reading this. And again, I do it outside on the porch. It's beautiful spring weather that, out in nature. It's a just glorious place. But wherever you're comfortable, get comfortable. And I want you to read the Joy Shop. And again, I'm going to send you a recap of all of this so that you have this. But you'll see it's not, it doesn't take much time, any of this to do. And but the results are going to be amazing for you. And you're going to start creating the life the way that you want it. So I want you to read that Joy Shop with feeling. Now, it's double-spaced, and if you don't like some of the thoughts in there or whatever, just take them out. But it's double-spaced because as you read these thoughts, you're going to start thinking of similar thoughts because the universe is going to bring you cooperative components, whatever you're thinking about. And as you come up with other thoughts, I want you to write in those thoughts in the double spaces, okay? So you're going to read your Joy Shop. You're going to just be calm, relax, breathe deeply. You want to breathe deeply and just relax and just start reading the Joy Shop, getting into that environment of just loving where you are, at one with your source. And then again, if you have thoughts that come up, as you will have thoughts come up, go ahead and write them down in the Joy Shop. And then I would suggest that you get a beautiful journal, like a really nice journal, because it's in essence where you're going to create your life. And this is going to be magical. You're going to see some amazing things happen as you just are easy and you just start writing down in this book the following 3 things. First of all, what you desire. And you can switch it up and everything, but I would suggest right now that you just keep it in this order and be a little disciplined with this so that you make sure you catch all 3 points. But the first thing you want to do is write out your desires. And so write out, wow, I want to be happy today. I want to feel good. That I want to have a thriving business. I want to allow over $20,000 in my checking every day. I want to go on this beautiful vacation. I want good health. Just start writing down your desires. And then I want you to write down what you appreciate. When you are thinking about what you appreciate, you're automatically telling the universe, I want more of it. So initially, you can say what you appreciate for your whole life, Okay, all kinds of things, that you were born, that, you had all this contrast as a child that helped you to get to this point right now where you have taken control of your life, complete control of your life, and that you are co-creating now, identifying what you want and why you want it, and then allowing your source in order to bring all the things that you want, staying out of the how, because if you start doing the how, that you're going to be upstream and none of your desires are upstream. And so you write down what you appreciate. Now, once you do a couple days of that, I want you especially to write down in the last 24 hours, what do I appreciate? You will be amazed as you start asking yourself, what do I appreciate? What happened good? Because most of us think about what the troubling thoughts that we had, and then it gets us more trouble. What this will do is start disciplining your mind, changing the way that you think, and starting to think about all the miraculous, wonderful things that have happened in your life. So in the last 24 hours, all the good things. It can be as simple as someone smiled at me to as big as I got out of the blue this ideal referral partner, just like I was promised to, just like I asked for. And then I was given ideal clients just out of the blue. Ask for ideal clients out of the blue. You will be amazed at what the universe can do for you when you allow it to, and when you ask for it, and when you stay focused on it without any contradictory thoughts. So after your appreciation, then I want you to prepave your day, and that my travels are safe and smooth and easy, that my meetings today are just wonderful. They love me, I love them, that we get along so well and get so much done, and it's just wonderful, that I have a smooth closing today, that I love that today I'm going to just attract some wonderful things. Maybe don't say specifically what they are, but I'm going to attract some wonderful things into my life, that I love that I'm feeling good all day long. And so just prepave your day. And so in closing here, this is all very simple. It's going to be fun. I'm going to send you a couple of emails on all this. But the first thing, I'd like you to listen to Success Unit 1 at least 6 times, and I'll be emailing you that MP3. Then complete the action steps page. I'm going to give you an action steps page that will help you to go through that Success Unit 1 and kind of get focused on it. I'd like you to identify your high payoff activities. And again, that's in Success Unit 1, and we'll discuss more of that next time. Then plan your next day and the day before, and use your 1 to 31 tracking sheet that is mainly tracking the thoughts that you want, and just track, hey, did I have those thoughts today? Then meet with at least one referral partner. So as far as the doing, just one small thing, to attract an ideal referral partner, and then to meet with them. And then you'll see that this will be fun, this will be brilliant, and out of the blue, some ideal, not only referral partners, but clients are going to come to you. And then finally, and most importantly, create your life the way you want it each day in your Joy Shop. And so with that, do you have any questions? I gave you a lot of awesome information that's going to help you soar like an eagle. That I just want you to relax, enjoy this, breathe deeply, and know that you just launched your life into a whole new arena of more of the things that you want. So I have enjoyed this time immensely with you, that expect wonderful things to happen, and expect out of the blue thoughts, people, and circumstances that lead to your desires. The most important thing every day is for you to feel good, because your source feels good. So as you feel good, you line up with your source, and then the heavens part for all the things that you want. Think upon thoughts that please you. Think upon thoughts that you like. Think upon thoughts of what you want in your life. So expect your life to start becoming better and better, as it is starting now. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I loved our time together. Again, get back with me with any questions. And later on today, I'll be sending you information on all this. And love you guys, and can't wait to hear about all the good things that's coming your way. Bye-bye.